Okay. All right. My laptop is just giving me a bit of a trouble here. For whatever reason, it's slow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Now I think we're good. Okay. My mic over there. Okay, I think we're good now. Okay, so hi everyone, and welcome to the I Feel Good Summit. It's our second summit here. So we had good success with the first one. So here I am back for the second one. And our guest for today is Olga. Welcome, Olga. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank
Wonderful,
you.
wonderful. So Olga was at our summit even last year, and she had done chair yoga, which was, I think, a very refreshing way of looking at yoga. So she's back here again. So I'll just talk very briefly about what Olga is all about, and then we will get to what she has for us to share with us. So Olga is she's an experienced registered yoga teacher, and the certification is ERYT 500. I don't know what that means, but that sounds very fancy. And she's also the founder of Open Heart Yoga, which is really designed for people over the age of 50. And Olga's approach is so from what I remember, the last year was it's a very personal approach and it's a very human approach, which is I think very relatable to many people, and that's why we have her here. Anyway, so for what Olga focuses on is more about chronic muscle tension, discomfort, pain in the neck and lower back, improving mobility, flexibility of joints, and focus, concentration, sleep. And all this leads to your increase in energy levels. I see these patients all the time in my practice. So it's lovely to cover that. Now, Olga did her training at Phoenix Rising Yoga Therapy, which is a style of yoga that uses the classical hatha yoga postures for self exploration in order to reverse unhealthy physical and psychological habits. And she has also studied Vini Yoga, which is another style of yoga. And she's also done reconnective energy healing courses as well. And we'll have Olga's bio on her page on in the summit website, so you can know more about her and also to connect with her. Okay, and the other thing I'd like to add is that she teaches yoga for seniors, gentle therapeutic yoga, and yoga dance in Toronto. And she enjoys doing seminars and events like this because they are really focused on, like, say, the body, mind, spirit, literally the entire body. So which is fantastic. So that was a mouthful, Olga. So tell me, how did you get into this firstly?
Um, well, I've always been interested in yoga, not as just set of fancy gymnastic exercises, but as a tool of self-exploration and as a healing, and healing in a wider sense, I would say, healing. Like healing in terms of like mental and emotion health and physical health as well. And this was my approach. I always been looking for modalities that will answer these questions, and I really wanted to work with all the adults because I feel that it's so important once we become older to like to constantly take care of our bodies, because our lives are always, they haven't been easy, and some,
Oh,
yeah, right, yeah, and we just didn't have, a lot of us didn't have time to take care of ourselves,
right,
but it's so crucial to educate ourselves and to help ourselves
right.
to become healthy at this age. And therefore, I've been studying different therapeutic modalities. And along this way, I've been exploring different practical applications. Yes, so like what are the most important things that we can address through yoga, and and one of the most important things is our brain, yeah,
Right.
because the brain is the tool that helps us to become more aware of what we are doing, and actually to take control of our life and to do what we want in our life. So the
Right.
health of the brain is crucial for ourselves. And I started to do some research and found wonderful material that now I am very happy to share. I would love to recommend a few books about that related to the brain health. One is Alzheimer's Solution of Dina and Ayesha Shirzai, Undo It, Dean and Ornish. Just a few of them, but this one I would say fundamental ones that I would recommend. Uh, and I used my own trainings to create these types of seminars where I can share approach and exercises, some practical exercises for
Right.
cognitive health. And also I include lots of these exercises in my chair yoga classes or therapeutic yoga classes, because we need to address brain health constantly, I would say every day.
Every day. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So tell us a little bit more. You talked about it a little bit just now, but talk to us a bit more about your approach. What is your approach to yoga? Any specific points you keep in mind when you are teaching your your clients?
Uh, yeah, like as I said, I really pay lots of attention to details, and my approach to yoga is like really therapeutic approach, and I use different therapeutic modalities like somatic yoga that helps us to find so-called blind spots, to to find out what spots in our body are not actually our brain lost connectivity with these spots. It's called sensomotor amnesia. So in my classes, we are consciously doing exercises that address these issues, and therefore we're doing some of the exercises very slowly, very mindfully. We are not just stretching the body. We use a special approach that allows us first to identify the issue, to first to relax the body and then to stretch it. So it's like very mindful approach of seeking what's like what needs to be addressed in my own body. So it's very like personal
Mhm.
approach.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yes,
Okay. So now, we are here. We hear a lot about, diseases like Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, all these. Um, and these kind of health conditions, they have genetic links to them, right?
yes.
But do you, in your experience and in your, let's say, practice, would you say it's possible to reduce the risk? We can't get rid of them by making some lifestyle changes, and doing things like what you are teaching us. Yeah.
Yes. Actually, there is a very good news that with a mindful approach, if we change some of our lifestyle habits, we really can reduce the risk of Alzheimer and like dementia by 90%.
Wow.
Isn't it amazing? Yeah, by 90%. And the well-known research, like lots of research been done about this. And as I already mentioned, research by Dean Sherzai in Loma University, where they have huge center with a database of thousands of patients. So it is like very like well done research. 90% can of risk can be prevented. And good news that even like the rest of 10%, if we implement lifestyle changes, that the risk can be reduced to real minimum. We like closing the bad genes. They just, yeah, so this is like very good news. And the life, yeah, and the life style factors, we all know about them in general. Yeah, this is proper nutrition, good exercises, enough sleep, dealing with stress in a mindful way, like meditation, relaxation, keep learning new things like languages, drawing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so yeah, and be social, like having community, socializing, having a support of friends. These all of life factors are very important. But the point is how we can practice, like how we can put it into the practice.
Yeah,
Uh,
that is
yes,
true. Yeah, definitely.
yes.
So now, so these are, so you mentioned these are good for the whole body, but how about the brain? Like, how do this, like what you teach, how does it impact the brain? Because brain is the powerhouse, right? Brain is right here, and it is the brain that controls everything in the body.
Yes, yeah, and we sometimes we don't think about that the brain needs some exercises except of mental exercises. We think about crossword puzzles and so on, but brain is like a muscle, and it needs to be exercised, like exercised to be to fit,
Yeah.
and in it's very important to know that. Once we exercise physically, I mean, like once we do physical exercises, the areas of the brain that usually active during mental exercises, like executive function, memories, like learning, analyzing, all of these functions are very active when we do physical exercises.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, so physical exercises in general, they already activate the same areas of the brain that are active during the learning.
Right.
And other two very important factors, once we exercise, then we fight depression. Exercises are proved, to fight depression, and
Right.
depression is one of the leading factors to dementia and Alzheimer's.
Uh-huh.
And also, once we exercise, we develop discipline, and sometimes we don't think about discipline that it's related to the brain, but
Yeah.
but actually, discipline connects different parts of the brain. That's
Mm-hmm.
why it's like very important. And what is really important, that not just we need to exercise for the brain health, but we need to know what particular exercises are good for the brain. And this is what I'm going to talk about today, and actually to show some practical exercises.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, so the title that we have for this presentation today is Brain and Movement and Best Practices. So, because we are talking about the brain, talk to us a little bit about Obviously, you talked about the benefits, but are there specific exercises which are geared towards the brain?
Yes, that's what we're going actually to do. Yeah, and we're going to talk about two main areas of exercise that particularly good for the brain, and this is aerobics and resistance training.
Okay.
And actually, I'm now going to move to the practical part.
Fantastic.
And yeah, and I'm going to show you some exercises, and I would like to be as practical as I can, so you, like that, everybody who is listening to us can benefit and can use it in everyday life. Yeah.
Fantastic. And what I'll do is I'll go off video so that, yeah, we have you on screen, and let me.
Okay, so I'll be ready now.
There we go. So I pinned you, and now you are good to go.
Excellent, excellent. So first, let's talk about aerobic exercises. We all know that aerobic is great for our heart, for our overall health, but aerobics actually is great for the brain because it increases the blood flow. Everything that increases blood flow, it's great for our whole body and for the brain in particular. And everything that decreases it is really is really bad for the brain, and it really inhibits its cognitive functions. In aerobic, what can we do at home? What can we do at home? First of all, I would like to mention an amazing study, Framingham Comprehensive Longevity Study, that began in 1948, and now it traces already the third generation. And what they found out, that the brisk walk for 20-30 minutes a day will reduce the risk of developing Alzheimer's or any type of dementia by 40%. Could you imagine? Just 20-30 minutes of brisk walk. So my first tip for you, walk actively. You can start from 2, 3, 5 minutes, because everybody has different health conditions, and you can walk at your own pace, but start doing this. 10-15 minutes. You can do 10-15 minutes twice a day. You will like it. I would say this is number one. Regular shaking and patting of your body. It's so simple to do, and do we do it? Not often. So this is really great. Standing, sitting, lying on the floor, shaking, like we're going to do it today together in a few minutes. Using stationary or mini stationary bike. Spontaneous dancing to your favorite music. Create a list of your favorite songs. Don't be lazy. Your wonderful songs that you can just turn on and you dance once, twice a day. So create an atmosphere of joy of movements. This is so important. Joy is the number one, and it will it will really prompt us to move and to and to do aerobics in a natural way. Using steppers, ladders, walking up and down the stairs. All of this will help to the brain health. Also, if possible, sign up and go to take 1 or 2 group lessons in aerobics, Zumba classes, step classes. There are lots of classes now available in the senior center. You already mentioned Boomerang. It's an amazing online platform for 50 plus age people, where you can find all kind of aerobic strength exercises. So use these resources so you really help to keep your brain sharp. And let me show you now, let me show you some of the things that you can do right away. And this class is let me sit this way. This seminar is intended for all people, and I know that you have lots of loved some of loved ones that already maybe developed mild dementia, or you don't want them to develop it. But if they have any restrictions, any body restrictions, any mobility restrictions, they can do lots of things on the chair. So I'm going to show you different things that you can do even if you're active, but you work in the office, you sit too much. You can do it for your brain health and for your whole body, and they can do it. So we talked about tapping, we talk about brisk walk. If some people have bad knees, let them start from running using the chair like this. Let's do it together. You already said too much, you already talked too much, so let's just do it. Yeah, do it with me. Move your arms and shoulders. Your knees tapping. It's so good for for the brain. I'll tell you about this later. So all this activate our blood flow and our brain. Oh, very good. So let's inhale and exhale through the mouth. You already started to feel it, yes? Yeah, this is your beginning of aerobics. Yes, and marching. So if you have your older, loved ones, do this with them. Just use your favorite melody, and and do it. Yeah, very good, very good. So marching and tapping. You'll do one song standing, but now I'd just like to show you how you can do tapping. Yeah, tap yourself all over your arms, under the armpits, along the side of the body. And you can do it, as I said, with the dancing. We will do it together in several minutes. Yes, so tapping over your legs. All the small vessels, everything is activating. Yes, you can use your fists. It's another way. If you need a little bit more vigorous activation, use your fists. This is a very easy thing. You don't need a teacher. I just remember doing this. All around your head, with the tip of your fingers, the front of your neck, the back of your neck. Yeah, and let's run a little bit more. Good. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. And one more time. So if you are an office worker or if you sit too much, this tapping, clapping, and running using a chair is already a great way to bring, to increase your heart rate, to bring aerobic. But brisk work, it's number one. Good. So another thing that I would like to talk about, we talked about aerobics and how you can incorporate it into your daily life. Now the second most important type of physical exercises is resistance training. again, so many benefits. I don't want to repeat too much, but it improves white matter, improves frontal lobe function, increases growth factors. Growth factors are proteins that helps to the growth of the neurons. They reduce inflammation, and I just want to to tell you about one study that a very interesting research that been published in Journal of American Geriatric Society measured the effect of weight training 2 to 3 times per week for 6 months on a group of older adults with mild cognitive impairment. And research has shown that nearly 47% of participants achieved normal cognitive performance after this experience, and these results persisted for 18 months. 47% people came back to normal after doing resistance training. Isn't that amazing? In what is also important, it's also surprised me, and it's already this research is confirmed by like many different scientists, that leg strength is correlated with better cognitive brain functions. Leg strength. Why, it's probably because once we walk, we increase the blood flow as well, and therefore this leg strength is very important. And you don't need to do barbell squats with 50-pound weight to do the resistance training and to strengthen your legs and your whole body. You can do half squats every day, several times a day. You can do push-ups using the wall or the floor, depending on your ability. And you can use dumbbells, rubber belts, and resistance bands, and do few exercises. For me, you see, I put my dumbbells, I have several sets of them. I put them, one in the kitchen, one in my living room. So it's easy for me when I go and I see them to do a few sets. So just, just put them in different places so they will remind you that you need to do some exercises. Now,
that's a really good tip, Olga, that you keep your equipment in places where you go often, right?
Yes. This is,
yeah. So you see them, okay, let me do my dumbbells. That's a really great tip. And you just do 10, 10, and then you're good to go. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that was like in my kitchen. I go to the kitchen, I see them. Okay, I have to do it, and it
you're
helps.
Constantly, moving your body. That's a really good tip. Yeah.
Yes, and Alka also, this is one of the things I wanted to emphasize. Yeah, thank you for this hint. Very important, not just to take, let's say, classes like 1-2 times per week, but for the health of the brain and our whole body in general, but brain needs particularly, we need to do exercises, some movements, I would say once in every 2 hours. Once an hour it's ideal, but we know sometimes it's not possible, but several times a day for several minutes. Research also showed that if you, let's say, you go to the classes 2-3 times a week, but don't do small, small activities, physical activities, it won't serve us in a long way. Short physical activities, even 2-3 minutes, once in 2 hours, actually they will serve us better. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, and therefore all these small things like tapping, clapping, and like we're going to do some standing exercise once we tap our body, like
Yes.
and massaging the body, and dancing spontaneously with or doing few push-ups, just few push-ups, or few squats, like half squats. So if we just remind ourselves, we're working at the computer, let's say, if we remind ourselves, let's do just few times, it will go a long way. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So this is my actually the most important tip that I would like to
Yeah.
give
Because
today.
yeah, because many people think, oh, I some of my patients would say, oh, you know what? I go to the gym, I spend 2 hours there. Well,
Yes,
you don't need to really spend those 2 hours.
exactly.
You spread that out throughout the day, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and then you are in a really good place over there.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, exactly. And as I said, just brisk walk that showed three generations. Like this study is huge. Like 10,000 of people, three generation, and they showed 40% by 40% dementia can be reduced by brisk walk because we generate lots of blood flow and this is like even more complex,
Right.
but it's easy to do. It's easy
Absolutely.
to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Good stuff.
It, and I'm going to show you also a few exercises that you can do at home for resistance training. We're talking about resistance training. And by the way, research also showed that if we combine both cardio and resistance training, this is the best things for the brain. Just great. And again, we don't need to do something really dramatic, I would say. Half squats uh, several times a day. If, and again, I would like to address the audience, let's say, who sometimes, for some people, even hard to do half squats, but they still can improve the brain health and strengthen their legs, the muscles of independence. We call these upper muscles, muscles of independence, by doing these seated squats. And let me show you, because you might have your loved ones who need it. So you put your hands on your knees, your feet parallel, hip distance apart, and you press with your feet and lean forward. So your upper legs are already engaged, and come back. This is your squats. So let's do it one more time. Pressing with your feet firmly, pressing with your hands into your knees, leaning forward and coming back. Yeah, and let's do one more time. So feel your upper legs engage, your whole body actually engage. Pressing with the feet, pressing with the hands, and coming back. This could be your beginning, and then you can, if you practice, you will be able to stand up if you don't have some structural injuries. I had it in my practice. 2-3 months of this kind of sit-ups, and people can stand up without walkers. Now we're going to do half sit-ups for the brain, and to enhance it, like we're going to do some coordination movements. So what we do, you sit close to the edge of the chair, but please watch yourself once you're going to sit up, don't miss the chair. You lean forward, press with your feet parallel, hip distance apart. Leaning forward, good. And come halfway and bring your shoulder blade down into the center, open your chest, yes, engage your shoulders. This is for your posture as well, and you notice how like your legs are very strong. And as you exhale, slowly sit down, and at this point, bring your one hand up and other hand down and stretch the wrists. Good. Inhale, come again, halfway, shoulder blades down into the center, opening the chest. You can spread your fingers wide. Fingers are also important for the brain health. Good. And you're coming again down and change. Do you remember What hand was up, what hand was down? Good, let's do one more time. Inhale. Exhale and change. And one more time, inhaling. Exhale. Good, we are going to bring out, again, inhaling, shoulder blade down into the center. Halfway, good. This time to the sides, and again, one hand up, other hand down. And let's do inhale. And change, do you remember which one? Stretching the wrists. Good, let's do one more time. Inhale forward. Exhale, change. Good, inhale. And exhale. Yeah, good. So what I showed you, this is like I give you the ideas how to strengthen your legs, yes, how to bring resistance to your body, make it stronger, and also, as you notice, we did more than one movement, so our movement's been quite complex, and this is another tip for the brain health. If we do more than 2 movements in one exercise, it will create new neurons. Therefore, now you can use your own fantasy and use different variations once you do these half squats. You can do fists, you can open and close your fingers once you do it. So there are lots of variation. You can bring one arm to the side, one up. So lots of variations for the squats. And you will really create new neurons. This is about squats that you can do at home. Another very important things that you can add to your exercises, hand movements. So hand movements sculpture intelligence, and the density of the nerve endings in our fingers are really enormous. Therefore, and you know, for little kids, like for their brain developments, they need lots of small movements in to develop. Let's say they use lots of like in kindergarten, they use lots of tools to help to develop the brain of the kids using different materials, making them move their fingers. You can do the same for us. And I will show you again the exercise, and we will do again half squats, which take care of your strength training, and at the same time we will add movements of our hands. So what we will do, we are going to touch the base of the thumb with each finger, and we're going to touch the thumb like we're going to touch the base of the little one with the thumb. So this is the way how we're going to do it with the squats. So let's try to do it. So again, feet are parallel, hip distance apart, sitting close to the edge of the chair. Shoulder blades are relaxed. Good. And we press again with your feet, lean forward, come and open your arms this time. And spread your fingers wide. Good. And as you sit down, touch the base of your little finger, your pinky one, with the thumb. Good. Come again back. And now touch, like we were going to touch the base of the thumb with our index finger, then with our middle one, ring one, and the pinky one. And we reverse. Pinky, ring, middle one, index, and the thumb. Good. These are some of the things that you can do for yourself and for your loved ones for strengthening your body. at home. And again, use classes as well. Go to some strength training classes. 1-2 classes per week will be also very good. One more thing that I wanted to also show you, it's very important to use exercises that will balance our right and left hemispheres of the brain. It's very important to have them working in a synchronized matter. And to do this, we need to use both sides of the body simultaneously. And if we also add crossover movements, the movements that will cross the midline of our body, it will be fantastic for our brain. And let me show you a couple of things that you can do using the chair. Knee, elbow, just try.
Can you move a little bit back?
Yes?
Can you move a little bit back so that we can see?
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Is it good? Yeah, is it good enough?
Yeah.
Excellent. So, knee, elbow. Good. So, crossing the midline of the body, it's really great. And we are going to now to do some standing exercises. And I'll show, I will show you how to include it into your practice. And I promised you to dance, and we're going to do all this tapping and clapping with this little merry dance. Sugar, sugar, honey, honey. So let's do it together.
Fun.
Yeah, let's have some fun.
Sugar, you are my candy girl.
Okay, so let's inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. This is already your cardio. Yes, and you yes, and it's so easy to do. Just turn on your favorite music, and you can dance and get your, like your portion of exercises. And we can do it. We just need to organize ourselves, right? Just to remember, turn on the music, have a break, and your mood will be improved. And it's such a great way to
Yeah.
like to
You know,
include it.
something that really motivates me, like whenever I have to go to the gym, going to the gym is like, oh my God, I've got to go. But so the way I motivate myself to go is, okay, how do I feel after
Yes.
once you are there in that environment and in that mindset, then you are a go-go. You're not so then it is, of course, you want to watch your body as well, how much you can handle, for sure. But if you start thinking about how do I feel after I have done my physical activity, so that is something, like, for me personally, is very motivating, because you feel really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Really
Yes.
good, and you feel more energetic after doing, even if it's for 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. So, and like what you had said before, take a brisk walk. The weather is nice right now, so going out and in nature, breathe the fresh air, all those things, when you come back, it kind of energizes you a bit more.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And it's very good point about motivation. Yeah, we need to find the way to motivate ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and one of the ways you can even create a chart where you write down the days of the weeks and what kind of like exercises you can do. You can do write down dancing. You can write down squats. Let's say have 3 columns for the squats for each day, and you can just play a game with yourself. Just mark it. I did this. I did this. I did this, and give
I check
yourself a
mark.
little
Yeah.
reward.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing that really has worked for me, because with the pandemic and everything that happened, everything was gyms were closed. So for me, I was not enjoying walking. I prefer doing concentrated exercise. But with nothing open, we had to do something. So what I started to do was, when I was going for a walk, I used to. So obviously, you have your phone with you, so
Mm-hmm.
take pictures,
Mm-hmm.
right? Take pictures of interesting flowers, or you find maybe there's a duck which is there, or some interesting view, or anything like that, or maybe a tree that's blooming. So I know you've got to stop in between when you're taking those pictures, but that is also a very therapeutic way of making your walk interesting.
Yes.
And then when you come back, you are looking at those photos, it makes you feel it's a
Yes.
really nice, and then share them, right? You can share
Mm-hmm.
them with your friends. If people are on social media, sharing them on Instagram is kind of nice. You don't have to use everything for business, but sharing things
Mm-hmm.
which you have
Exactly.
done. So
Yeah.
that was one really, I find that very motivating. And so you've got to find those motivating pointers which will you know make you go and do things.
Oh, yes, exactly. So motivation and joy, like we really need to find a joy in what we're doing. Otherwise, you see, it won't work for us. So
Yeah.
anything that motivates us. I also love to take pictures. Like I love,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like people already know. Like I stop and I take the pictures
Yes.
because it's
Yeah.
so many beauties around us. Yes,
Exactly.
and it
Yeah.
brings joy.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, and yeah, so we talked about that how to motivate ourselves, right? And like maybe creating a list of songs, and you can
Yeah.
also choose the song, and it's good to remind ourselves, maybe to even to put it on the wall, because we need a reminder. Well, let me do this song. Let me dance now like this dance.
Right.
And one more thing, like while I'm standing, like I want to show you a couple of more exercises that you can use again, to improve the cognitive functions of the brain. We talked about crossover like exercises. So what you can do, you can lift like one like opposite arm and opposite leg, and this is great for the whole body, so strengthening the whole body, great for the balance, all works together. You can hold the chair if you need, or you can let it go. Yes, and then again we crossing, we using our ab muscles to support our body. We crossing, and this exercise, it's a great way to give a lovely stretch to our whole body, to strengthen all muscles, basically all major muscles are strengthening and stretches, like we stretch them at the same time, and you do the opposite. If you're not listening us, all our audience, be sure that you do this with me, right? So yeah, do it with me. So
along, yes.
Yeah, so you will benefit. So this is one of the things. Another thing, just to give you an example, again, great for the whole body, for the balance, for strengthening ankles, legs, for the posture, and for synchronizing right and left hemispheres of brain. One arm up, other to the side, palm down, and then you swing and you change. And remembering which one is up, which one is down, palm. And again, we're doing more than two things at once, because our palm must be down. We swing, and so these multiple movements will help to activate our brain and create new neuron paths. So this neuroplasticity that now, like for 20-30 years now, is already known. The brain can, it's a miraculous device. So that's what we can also do.
How many reps do you recommend, Olga?
I would say at least 8-10 reps. And again, it depending. If people just start and they feel that it's too much, I would start from 4-5. And then I will go up like to 10-12 reps.
Okay. And how many sets? So if you have so you have, let's say, 5 reps and say 3 sets?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it will be good. Like 2-3 sets will be fine. Yes, very good. And one more thing that I wanted also to talk today is about, like we talked about resistance training, we talked about cardio, we talked about crossover movements and synchronizing right and left hemisphere of the brain. Another wonderful things for our brain is meditation and breath training as well. So meditation also, like I won't go into the details, but meditation is one of the wonderful ways not only to calm us down, but really improving different functions of the brain. Including the growth of the frontal lobe that we need, and including improving our cognitive functions, our memory, and also helping to get rid of the depressions as well, because it brings us to the core of our being. So meditation, it's great. Stress release, we also know. The meditation is wonderful. And also the alternate breathing. It's called Nadi Shodhana in yoga. Alternate breath also helps to synchronize right and left hemispheres of the brain and to create to bring us into parasympathetic nervous system mode, to calm us down.
So how do you do that?
Yeah, and let me show you now. Yeah, let's do together. So what we do, we hold our right nostril with our thumb, and we inhale through the left nostril first. Then you close your left nostril with the ring finger and you breathe out through the right.
Okay.
And again, now we breathe in through the right, close it, and breathe out through the left. And again, breathing in through the left, closing it, breathe out through the right. So we exhale and inhale with the same nostril. So inhaling through the right, exhaling left. And let's do 2 more sets. Inhaling through the left, exhaling, inhaling through the right, and exhaling. This is a great way, to calm down, and as I said, like tremendous benefits. Lots of studies already been done about this. Just to mention, 8 weeks of meditation and breathing was found to increase cortical thickness in the hippocampus and also decrease in brain cell volume in amygdala, which is responsible for fear, anxiety, and stress.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is like so many things that we can do. I think that's what I wanted to talk about for today. And if you would like to try this type of exercises, you can also find me in Boomerang, goboomerang.com, where I have 2 classes, and I'll be happy to help you.
So if somebody wants to have, classes, so do you do classes on your own as well, Olga?
Yes, also, like I have my own classes, so you can connect me through the website, www.openheartyoga.ca, and I have also my own classes there. Yeah, just contact me via email, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, all information is going to be there for people to connect with Olga. So if they want to, get more classes with her, it's fantastic. I've been doing some from the previous last year that you did. So I was doing it for a little bit and then I fell off, but really helpful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was really lovely. I'm sure everyone who is viewing this will also like to incorporate them into their, let's say, mindful living, mindful lifestyle, like whatever. Yeah.
Thank you, Alka, very much for inviting me for this summit, and I wish everybody health, happiness, and joy.
Thanks so much.
You're very welcome.